It is so important how you spend your time. I am leaving an event, had an opportunity to get together with some sisters today, hang out, fellowship, fun, food. I love these times. Really love these times, because not only is an opportunity for us to connect and just to strengthen our sisterhood, but it is a reminder of how important it is to be in community and what community really means. When I say community, I'm not talking about just being in a group of people. It's not just about the number of people that you are surrounded by. It is about the quality of the people who you are surrounded by. So it's not the quantity, it's the quality of the community that you are a part of. I mean, people who see you, people who they hear you, they understand, people who you can be vulnerable with, people whom you can be transparent with. And I have learned that ability to be vulnerable and to be transparent with others, y'all, that's what really strengthens connections. Getting in the right spaces around the right people. It's those common themes of life oftentimes that bind us together, that pulls us together, that helps us to understand one another. But it is important that you are in groups, in communities that see you, that hear you, who understand you. It is far too often that we find ourselves surrounded by people, and that could be family, that could be at work, that could be any community, but you find yourself around people who just don't get you. You find yourself around people who you've lost your voice. You no longer speak up, you no longer share, because you're not being heard. You're not being valued. It's people who do not appreciate you, your uniqueness and the value that you add. They don't see that. They don't get that. They don't respect that. And so we have wasted enough time, and I will call it a waste. We have wasted enough time being around the wrong people. We have wasted enough time giving our time to people who do not care, to people who do not show up for us, to people who we cannot count on. You're sitting and waiting for these people to show up for you the way you have always been there for them, and it's simply not happening. There has to be a time that you say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm cutting it short. My time is too valuable. Now is the time to realize who you are, your purpose, what it is that you are supposed to be doing in life. And in that time, it is crucial that you understand who it is who is around you. I've shared before that it is the company that we keep determines the level that we meet. If you still sitting around with the same girlfriends, not to say this is bad, a little disclaimer there, but if you sitting around and y'all still talking about the same things that you were talking about 5 and 6 years ago, if y'all sitting around and you still talking about what happened 10 and 15 years ago, it's time to do some evaluations. It's time to do some reconsiderations, because you don't have time for another 5, 6, 10, 15 years to go by. And you find yourself in the exact same spot. It's time to cut it out. Cut the foolishness out. That's what I'm gonna call it. Because that's just you being foolish and not being a good steward of your time. Being a good steward of your time is you understanding who is around you, is you understanding who's getting your time. Everybody doesn't deserve your time. Everybody does not deserve your time. Come on now. It's time to open up our eyes and understand, look, what's inside of me, what I have been given, the gifts, the tools, the talents, all the things that I have been given, what is inside of me, the quality of me can no longer will no longer be diminished because of the people that I'm hanging out with. I want you to think of it like this. You are an ATM. You got all this value, this wealth within you. And it's people who are constantly making withdrawals from you. Every time you turn around, they're making withdrawals. They're making withdrawals. And no one is adding wealth or value back inside of you. Eventually, you will be depleted. Eventually, you will be diminished. There will be nothing left for you to give. So I need you to imagine yourself as that valuable, that wealthy. You need people around you who see you, who hear you, who appreciate you, who value you. Those are the people who are going to feel you. Those are the people who are going to make deposits into you. Those are the people who are going to compound on what's already inside of you. And so now your value is increasing quicker, faster, greater than it's ever been before because of the company that you are around. The company that you keep determines the levels that you meet. If you okay staying where you are right now, if you are okay being in the same place you were 5 years ago, and that's what you want yourself for 5 years from now, stay there. You good if that's what you want. But if you want more because you understand that there's greater inside of you, then it's time for you to do some reevaluations. It's time for you to do some reconsiderations of who's around you. It is the quality of the people who are in your community, not the quantity. Back in the day, it was a big thing about how many friends that you had. Even now, especially like with social media, you look to see how many followers do I have? How many friends do I have? It's about the number. And if you don't have that number, then you're not it. You're not the one. Let me tell you something. You are not defined by a number. You are the one. You that girl, you that woman, you the chick. You the one making the boss moves. You are all of her. You are still her. If you have 0 followers, it's not about the number. It is not about the quantity. It is about the quality of the people that we meet. I absolutely love the time that I spend. That is an investment of my time. I just spent the past 2.5 hours hanging out with my sisters. That is an investment of my time. Oh my goodness. But the benefit that I got back by being with them, hanging out. We're talking about life. We're talking about business. We're talking about our spiritual growth and development. We're talking about our futures. We're talking about our businesses. What I was able to get back, I just gave 2.5 hours of my time. That's what I'm talking about. When you get in the right places with the right people, you like, wow. The ideas that I got just from being in conversations with these ladies, bam, coming to me like this. Us discussing opportunities to work together, to build together. The return on my investment, of my 2.5 hours, I cannot put a label on it. I cannot quantify it. It was just that great. So I encourage you today to make sure that you are in the right company, within the right community of people. You never want to wake up and realize, I've been traveling this road all this time. And you look around in the car after all of this traveling, like y'all traveling together, but you look around, all of a sudden they sleep. You don't need nobody who gonna sleep on you. You need somebody who gonna help you to drive that dream. Come on now. You need the right people in there with you who's willing to put in the work with you. You need the right people who's able to make those deposits back inside of you. Remember that the company that you keep determines the levels that you meet. You looking for elevation and growth, maturity, expansion within your life? Check your circle. Check your community. Start there. You looking to go higher? Check your circle. Check your community. Start there. Listen, if you are in a space right now where you are at this point in your life, you look, enough is enough. I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to become her. There are things that I want to do in my life. I need to be surrounded by the right people who are going to make those deposits inside of me and help me to drive this dream. I want you to click the link below. Click the link below and to join our community, Empowered and Thriving, the Empowered and Thriving community. Join this community. Inside, you get monthly group coaching calls. You get community. You get accountability. You get the support and the encouragement that you need. You get the community that is there to help you to drive your dream and to assure that you will actually get there, that you will be successful, that it will be finished. Click the link below if you're ready to step into a community like that. I'm Dr. Tam. I'm your empowerment coach. I'll see you inside the community.